Hello and welcome to the EDC Super Group 3 Championship Round 17, which will be coming from the Sardegna Road Track A. We're just going to bear with me, so I do my little bit of messing about, changing the description and everything. And then we'll get underway with the race. So the starting grid for the race, we'll see Joetopps from Team Pink on pole position. Second will be Winky from Psycho Winkies. Third will be me from Team Pink. Will be Winky. Fourth will be JIFFERS from RMB Racing. Fifth Kimster from RMB Racing. Sixth will be Hans from Psycho Winkies. Seventh Nocleto from Gute Arbeit Racing. Bing from Team Pink. MrSulu from Gute Arbeit Racing. 10th will be Rico from Psycho Winkies. 11th Nomis from RMB Racing, and bringing up the rear will be Trebor from Gute Arbeit Racing. So that's the starting lineup, so to speak. It will be 54 laps around the Sardegna track, and we'll take a trip around there in a second. Just to bear with me. Just do all the typing out. I think I should do this afterwards, but I'm going to do it now, so I don't have to do it later. Professional streamer. I am not. Okay. I just got to do the sharing, and then we'll get to the racing. Any background noise you hear? Okay. So let's get it underway. So a lap around Sardegna Road Track A. So down the main straight into turn 1, pattern pending through the wind turbine S's. This tricky left-right square corner. I haven't got a name for that one just yet. Into church. And you power up the wind farm straight. Up the blind turn, through the succession of quick S's before you reach Morsey, then Rico, up to the final junction, and then straight down towards the power down towards the start-finish line. Pit straight. That's a lap. And this one actually ended. So let's get to the main attraction, the main race. As I said, it was 54 laps. Time of day was set to 1:10 PM. Championship as its standings as it were as in the description. So Trebor still leads the championship with Rico and Ben, along with Kimpstone battling out for second place. And in the mid pack it was the scraps for the last positions, and in the team championship it's all but all that she wrote as far as it's concerned, with RMB Racing pretty much confirmed in the last race as champions. But still plenty of points to grab for at the moment. So let's get to the main race. So GT7 is around the corner. Everyone's excited for that. And good evening, Nocleto. So I'm looking forward to thundering and getting my grubby hands on the inner workings of the lobby settings on that mofo. So this is the confirmation of the starting grid. 12 runners. The fog was unavailable. I do wish it would leave that setting on so I can see all the things. So Joe's going to lead us away for the start of the race, and away we go. Under the starter's orders, and we are underway. So into turn 1, Joe will lead the race. Any movers and shakers at the back, don't like it. So through the first corner with no issues, coming up through the windmill S's. Taking any chances just yet into church. Up now through the wind farm straight. Winky's going to try to take the lead of the race. Here comes Winky. Further back, no real movers or shakers, nothing moving. So still carrying on through Morsey and then Rico. Into the final junction, as it looks like. There's a mover there. First, Nocleto moves up into 5th, moving ahead of Hans. Pit lane, hit straight, Slipstreaming down. Keep them on the inside of turn 1. Side by side, and Winky takes the lead of the race. I'm looking to try to get past through turn 4 and 5. Put it off here up towards church now. So braking point further back, and is looking to get past Joe. Through church, up the again through the wind farm straight. On the outside of Winky into into this corner, and a little bit of contact there as Jiffers borrows the inside. There's a lot of people borrowed the inside there. Jiffers moves up into second place. Through Rico, where everyone comes. This is a tricky corner that does catch people out. So Jiffers into second, Winky up into, still holds on to the lead of the race. As out into the final junction goes Hans, being got a bit of contact there, and he drops down into 12th. See what happened there for Hans to drop so quickly. Where is he? There he is. This is Hans. He's braking. Gets a little bit of contact. As I think that's Kimster on the inside. Pushes him wide. I think Kimster was taking avoiding action and ends up hitting Hans wide. As everyone else takes full advantage. Ben also got a little bit out of sorts on the exit of final junction. We're back up the front. Right, Jiffers is looking to take the lead of the race on the inside of turn 1. Doesn't get it done into the wind. Windesses, but it doesn't get it. Won't get it done there. Nocleto's closing the Kimsters through. Here comes Trebor on Nomis. All kicking off here. Joe's got a bit wrong on turn 5. Just going to put him out of position into Church. Just going to give Trebor the inside. Forced him onto the outside. Up ahead, Winky's under a serious attack here from both Jiffers, me and Nocleto. Side by side into. I have to think of a name for that corner, but Winky holds on to the lead of the race. Into Morsey, and then Rico. A little bit of contact there in the background between me and Jiffers. This is through. This is Morsey, and then into Rico, and it looks as though. What happened there? Let's have a look. This is through Morsey. Jiffers applies the brakes, a little bit late on there, and a little bit of contact, but turns in favour. Nocleto up into 3rd place. Further back, it's all still bunched up. Rico, MrSulu, Joe, Trebor. Trebor's going to attack Joe for 9th place. Hans is in recovery. So down into turn 1. Into the windmill S's. Still Winky holding on to the lead of this race by the skin of his teeth. Unfavoured Z4. Looks like he started on super soft as well, which is giving him a little bit of traction and some benefits. Let's go further back. So Joe's managed to evade the advancing Trebor through Church by the looks of it. Trebor's dropped off the pace, but he's now under attack from Ben. This is the 10th. Back at the front, Jiffers has got ahead of Winky. See where he managed to do that. So it's through the wind farm straight side by side. Winky had to defend from two places. And he lost out to Jiffers. So Jiffers takes the lead of the race and he's got Nocleto right behind him. MrSulu is on the tail of the Jaguar, driven by Nomis. The cone's starting to fly everywhere as Nocleto's looking on the inside at the final junction. Let's put off as Rico is also on the back of me down the main straight. Winky can take the lead. Trail. Nocleto's got past Winky to move into second place. Still dodged together as Winky gets a little bit squarely on the exit of turn 5. To Church is in the completely wrong position, but he does manage to hold off the attack from Nocleto. But how long will it be before that? Before the GTR dispatches the Z4. Again, side by side down the wind farm straight. Jiffers still holds on to the lead of the race. Nocleto moves into second place. He drops to third. Kipster holds on to fourth. As Rico's still looking to try and get past to go into. Kimpson's now attacking Winky. And he's on the inside at the final junction. Nocleto's got all wrong on the exit and he's lost places. See what happened to him. Oh, he got a nudge from Winky. So this is through Morsey and then Rico. Up towards the final junction, and Nocleto got it wrong on through Rico, and he slams right into the back of Nocleto. He should get the position back. Cuts off the nose of Nocleto again, and looks like Winky's not giving the position back. He should post to. This is Rico for third. Nocleto finally takes back fifth place, but I don't think Winky surrendered that position back because he's fighting back. Nocleto's now looking into turn 4, and he's going to get it done. He goes up and takes the fifth place back. Rico now moves into third place through Church. As Jiffers still leads the race. Now to come back up through the wind farm straight. There's a position out to Nocleto, who takes fourth. He now has a drag behind him through Morsey and then Rico. This is where the Z4 has a little bit more traction than everyone else. Again, late braking from Winky. He goes into the back of me there. Still on the breast. Starting to lose Slipstream there is. Here comes Nomis to try to take 6th place. It's turn 1. Winky's going to try to defend through wind. Windes is not going to succeed. He's dropped now down to 7th place. Through 5 and then 6. Now got Sulu right behind him, up ahead. Rico's challenging for 3rd into Church on the inside of Nocleto. And he succeeded. He gets now up into 3rd place, but I'm trying to take advantage here. Going out wide onto the, as the track now becomes wider. Try to use an advantage into the here, and there is no chance. Here comes Nomis. Sulu has got past Winky as well, and he's now under threat from Ben. But still Jiffers leads with his teammate Kipster right behind. The battle continues for 4th place. The battle continues for 3rd actually, sorry. Down the main straight. Here comes Rico out the slipstream, trying to battle with that Nissan. Nocleto goes defensive. As I get it all wrong. And drop down into 8th place. Let's see the comedy of error there. Complete catastrophe into turn 1. Slamming on the brakes, completely get it wrong on there, and off I go. Rejoining right in front of Ben, which I could actually do there, and down to 9th place I go. So Rico is still in 3rd place. He has Nocleto right behind him, Nomis and Sulu, followed by Ben and Winky. Ben and Winky, that sounds like Ben and Jerry's. Now try to defend from the McLaren, driven by the champion-elect Trebor. He has one hand on the championship. Up ahead, it looks like Kipster has taken the lead of the race. Let's see where he managed to get that done. While we're watching my calamities back further back, up through the windmill, the wind farm straight. He got up to the top here. Is he going to outbrake Jiffers on the outside? Late braking and takes the lead of the race. Comes under threat from Nocleto through Morsey. The corner named after him, Rico. Nocleto's into the final junction. He still has 3rd place, but sitting there right behind. Up, the battle for 3rd is really heating up as we go back to the battle for the lead of the race. The 2 Peugeots are starting to open up a gap into turn 1. Jiffers goes wide. Don't think he's going to manage to get it done into the Windes. Rico has retaken 3rd place from Nocleto to turn 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Not 4, now we're 5 and 6, but it's 4 and 5. Now to Church. A little bit late on the braking there in Church, but now power up the hill. That is the wind farm straight under the inflated inflated arch. Here comes Nocleto again into the final, into this top set, this top right hander. JIFFERS is looking to take back the lead through Rico. Right on the tail of Kempster. Third and fourth, and now starting to get a gap on Ben and MrSulu, battling for fifth. Sulu getting the ball a bit heavy on the braking. Battle for the ninth between me, Winky and Joe. We haven't mentioned him since he started off the race. He's done 12th. Still leading is Kempster after 10 laps, with JIFFERS in second. Rico is in third. Fourth is Nocleto. Fifth, Ben, who has for company and very powerful jacket. It's definitely going to show its strength next week when we travel to the south of France at Saint-Croix, which has been nicknamed in the GT sport community as the Le Mans of the south of France. Should be very interesting. Putting some historic views of the bridge that goes over the lake. So through Rico and Morsey, there's Sulu and Trebor battling there. Trebor takes 7th place from his teammate. Rico has now managed to put a bit of a gap on Nocleto, and the numbers comes into the pits, the first of the stoppers. Here's pit entry. So let's check every pit entry. Through the double checkered lines and then over the chicanes. Also comes in. Not going to be any issues. Everyone got told what they were supposed to, what they can't do. That you can't do, Winky. That is not the pit entry. Winky. That's not the pit entry. That is unacceptable. Checking you out again if you do that, pull that stunt again. Oh. Kempster is still leading the race. JIFFERS is in second place. Rico third, Nocleto fourth. Ben fifth. Trebor is now up into 6th place, with Sulu in 7th, me in 8th, followed by Hans and Joe in 10th. Well, you actually mean you did that every time? Kempster leading the race, 11 laps gone. What difference in the tyre wear between the two two Peugeots. Into the pits comes Rico. Well, if you did that every time, Winky, that's going to be a penalty. I'm afraid to say. That's not the pit entry. So who else is coming into the pits? Here comes Hans, the Capcom Rockstar BMW, and that's not the pit entry either. We'll clearly establish what the pit entry was, which is the clear hollow white lines, as Hans cuts the pit entry as well. So Kimster still leads. Kimster still leads the race. Jiffers is in second, his teammate in RMB Racing, followed by Nocleto, Ben, TreborMightyMint, me, Joe out the rear, and Rico comes out in 9th place, being followed by Nomis, Winky, and Hans, who also cut the pit entry. Pit entry, which we clearly established. Sorry to stop to go away from the race in a moment. It's established that it was the solid. You see, had the dashed white line, and then you have two like a chicane, solid S, like a chicane, and it was established in the race that is pit entry. I mean, even attempting it is clearly enough. It's acceptable enough, but just completely cutting it gains you an advantage in stopping, so that is unacceptable. So entries will be monitored as well. So Winky's now off his super softs after he started on them. And there I am bringing up the rear of the Joe bringing up the rear of the late stoppers, as he's has a slightly better health than mine. So Kimster still leads as the fight for the people who have stopped continues. Rico leading the charge back there, trying to chase down Joe, who has yet to stop. So the discussions are going on in the chat. So I'm trying to keep an eye on that as well as on the race. So into the final junction comes Kimster, still leading the race. He has his personal best time of a 1:40.954. It's quite impressive with the Peugeot. So it looks as though Joetopps has been caught. Take it as a Jiffers entry. So unusual to demonstrate Jiffers with the pit entry, but this is the correct way you enter the pit lane. Then here comes Jiffers with your stop. So there is the solid white line. That is a correct entry. Jiffers stop from second. Where is Rico? Here comes Rico down the main straight. He's going to jump Jiffers, I think. Yes, he is. Here comes Jiffers exiting now, right behind his teammates. Kimster still leads the race. It's been chased by the Nocleto. Now got the Nissan now has clear in the air, right through Church up the Winter Farm straight, trying to chase down the Peugeot. Ben is in third, chasing podium 101. Trebor, of course, chasing the championship. A win here will, of course, secure him the driver's crown. No matter where he finishes in the last 3 races, he will be champion and the final GT Sport champion. Him and Ben share 9 championships each. It will be his 10th championship. They're ahead of Hans. Looks like he has been dropped by his teammate. Into the pit lane comes a whole gaggle of cars, led by Nocleto. Here's Nocleto's entry. That's fine. Men's fine. Boys is fine. Sulu's is fine. So it's Joe's mine and Sulu's entry. Sulu nearly did it. Nearly. He went, oh dear. He realised where the pit lane was. So Rico will take second place as everyone dives into the pit lane as will Nomis moves into third. Jiffers will retake his high position back into fourth. Out comes the Nocleto. He should. Where is Hans? He did not go ahead of Hans, but he's right on the back of him. Winky, Ben, Trebor, Sulu, and me and Joe in 12th. Kipster, who's still to stop now, has a massive lead of the race, so stretch that out a bit more. So through Aussie, then Rico. It's the two chicanes, because they both had accidents there. Aussie is a former racer with us. He should be returning to us on GT7. So here comes Kipster. He's coming into the pits. He is, and he did admit he did cut the pit lane. See how severely he cut the pit lane. I mean, at least he attempted it, unlike some people. So this should give Rico the lead of the race. Everyone's still now bundled back together. Rico moves into the lead of the race on lap 16, followed by Nomis. Let's move Jiffers up into third. Jiffers moves back up into third, and that's through 3 members of RMB Racing now in second, third, and fourth. Everyone now has officially stopped, so Rico now has the lead of the race, followed by Nomis. We'll see how the race pans out now, with everyone now on fresh tyres. Some on older, a couple of lap old tyres, some on fresh. Kipster under attack from hands. From the outside. A bit of a late braking, and that's going to get him all wrong. Instead of moving up to 4th, he drops down into 6th, puts him into the gun sights of Ben. Closely following. There's me, Sulu, and me. Unusual to see Sulu in a team livery. I'm pretty sure he will don his traditional livery for Le Mans. It's his tradition to put out Le Mans liveries. So it's Kimster and Nocleto again. It's the battle for 4th. Exchanging wing mirrors there. But Kimster holds on to 4th. Ben's looking to try and get past hands. And that's BMW versus BMW versus BMW. There's the that's a strange comparison for you. So it's BMW M6 followed by essentially a Z4, followed by an actual Z4. Jiffers, meanwhile, in the background is getting away. Here comes Ben. It's not been a very good very good 2 laps for Hans. He was challenged Kimster for 4th, lost control, and got mugged by Nocleto and dropped him down to 6th, and then he's just got passed by Ben. Dropped him down to 7th, so he's lost 3 places in 2 laps. As Nocleto again is looking to try and get past Kimster for 4th place through the final junction, and should have the drive down the straight here. As the Nissan is a lot more powerful than the Peugeot. Put out on the Slipstream, should get a little bit of the drag from to the outside, and he gets it done into the wind S's. But here comes Kimster back at him, and he takes back 4th. In the background, Ben's under threat from this just to continue in the battle for 4th place between Kimster and Nocleto. Back in the battle for 6th. Winky and Trebor are just spectating as both MrSulu trying to catch up with this fight. Jiffers is just again getting away, pulling away from this fight. Has now pulled this fight for 4th. Has now pulled Ben and on the outside again, slamming doors. It's a bit wide. Nocleto's a bit wide there on the exit. So went full defensive. He still holds on to 4th. That's pushed Nocleto back. He's got passed by Ben. So Nocleto's back and actually wide on the exit of Rico goes Hans. As Nocleto takes back 5th quite aggressively. A little bit of room on the exit of the final junction, but it was, I think he was a bit frustrated for what the exchange between him and Kimster. Just, I think we should go back and let's see the exchange between him and Kimster. Kimster give him room, really nudge him off. There's Nocleto on the outside, there's Kimster. There's exits that turn. It's pushed so back and goes bent. So then you got a little bit of a nudge from the rear from hands. It sets hands off. So this is the move now on bent. Ben tries to turn in. I don't know if that's frustration between the two of them, but Nocleto then wallop. A little bit of collision there with hands. Well, it's all kicking off here, it looks like, in lap 19, so lap 18 and 19 is a lot of incidents happening there. So here's Hans. Hans has taken fifth and gets a wallop from Nocleto in the braking of turn 1. I think Nocleto's frustrated from the actions of Kingsley, who gave him no room at the top of the final corner there. And yeah, it's all starting to get a bit elbows and hat bags at dawn. Kim's just got away from this anyway, so he's managed to escape this. The frustration of Nocleto seems to be taken out on everyone else. Here comes Ben, so Ben's trying to take fifth, and he gets. This is all just getting interesting, isn't it? So here comes Ben. Does he outbrake himself? Yep, he does. So Ben outbrakes himself. That excludes him from that fight, and I think does Hans take a swipe back at Nocleto. And he does. So collision again between them two. Hans and Nocleto have another coming together. So it's all. Meanwhile, Rico still leads the race. So, haven't really mentioned the race leader, but yeah, there he is. So they're all kicking off back here for the fight for fifth. Meanwhile, the championship leader is just chilling in the back there, so watching everyone knock 7 barrels of poop out of each other. So here comes Hans again, challenging for fifth. Again they slam door mirrors, and this time Nocleto's pushed off by Hans. That's dropped him back. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, this is definitely not the standard of driving that we here at EDC approve of. So here's Nocleto trying to turn in, and Hans shuts the door quite viciously there. And in true racing etiquette, he should get the position back, but he doesn't look like he's going to. So what we learned in that 3 laps is that people that should give positions back never gave positions back. So Kimpster never gave the position back to Nocleto after he shut the door on him. Nocleto didn't give the position back to Hans after he shut the door on him, and then Hans has just completely slammed him off the track and had to give the position back to him. So meanwhile, everyone's slapping 6 mouths of shit at each other. Yeah, I just will. But that's pretty much the only way to describe that exchange for the last 3 laps between everybody. Pretty shocking driving all round. And meanwhile, back at the foot end of this train of disaster is MrSulu and Winky. Seem to be the only ones who don't actually try to kill each other. So here is Sulu trying to take 9th place. He has to slipstream down the main straight. Should get it done before turn 1. Out on the outside, slight brake. A little bit of England, nothing as serious as everyone else seems to be doing, and up into 9th goes Sulu. Meanwhile, up at the head, scraping the arse end of his BMW out of the exit of church, is Rico, still leading the race after 21 laps. Up the wind farm straight, he has a very angry looking Jag trying to chase him down. JIFFERS, who JIFFERS has done nothing wrong here. He's sitting pretty in 3rd place, but he's got his teammate bearing down on him as Nocleto, Nocleto's under Trevor looked out. Nocleto gets it all wrong at the exit there. That will give a free place to Trebor, Morty and Rico. Rico there as background looks as though he's trying to get past Winky. And is it done? Nope. See, I could have T-boned him there. I mean, everyone else did. So, Rico still leads the race after 22 laps. We're in the midway point of the race. I'm sorry to say, but that last 3 laps was not the standard we adhere to in the EDC. So here comes Ben, and he slams into Nocleto. I mean, that poor. Here is the exchange between Ben and Nocleto. So Ben goes wide, pushes Nocleto wide, slams into each other, and I think that's a 50-50 one there. About time we had a 50-50. Dear oh dear. This is the onboard. Slam the doors with each other. That pushes Nocleto out of position. And they exchange insurance details. And that pushes Ben back to 9th. Well, dear oh dear. Anyway, Winky stopped there. Let's watch his pit entry. Oh dear. Well, you did admit you had carried on doing it, but that's back where we were, yeah. So Nocleto and Ben had just had their come together. So here comes. I thought I was commentating on a race, not Destruction Derby. Anyway. So, through the final junction comes Rico leading the race still after 22 laps. He's followed by Nomis in the background there. They're coming to pits. Comes Nomis. Issues with his stop. Now stopping. yeah, that's not the pit entry. I don't know what you can collar him for. In incidences with all three of them, really. Okay, so let's try and commentate on finding some action in the race. So here is Ben. He's chasing down podium 101. He has two good Arbeit Racing team members in front of him. He has his teammate right behind him. He's in a GTR. He's the meat in the GTR sandwich between three GTRs. And if Joe was here, it would be a fourth GTR he would have to fight with. And I don't think he wants to fight with three GTRs. So this is. Here comes Sulu and his teammate, closely followed by Ben. So Sulu going to move into fifth. Here comes Ben, trying to look on the inside. Etiquette for teammates. So much for everyone else. So this is the race leader. Rico's got a bit of chunk of, a bit of a change back to Jiffers. And into the pits he comes. This will give Jiffers the lead of the race for the first time in a while. Speechless. There goes Ben, and into the lead of the race goes Kimpster. See where he managed to get past his teammates down the slipstreamed in down the straight. And on the outside and pulls it off and takes the lead of the race. Having to hit the person. That can be done. As Rico exits the pit, it's right in front of Joe in 8th place. So, pit entry questions to be asked between Hans and Winky. We had incidents between Hans where he just where he went. No, the red mist descended. I think he got a bit of he had a bit of argy-bargy. Nocleto had a red mist descend on him. Kips had a red mist descend on him, and they all took out on each other. Pretty sure these stewards are going to have a lot to talk about. So this is the battle for 4th between Nocleto and Ben. Further back is me and Sulu battling for 6th. Up ahead is Kimpster and his teammate Jiffers. This is the fight for the lead of the race, followed closely by TreborMightyMint, who's sitting in pretty in 3rd in his McLaren. We already discussed the McLaren 650S, and it is a nice car, I have to admit that. Obviously, it's me and Sulu. Do we hit there? Check that. I'm checking everyone else's thing. I mean, if I smack into Sulu there, then I'm giving him plenty of room. I'll run him off the track. And see, that's correct, basically. You know, you just surrender the position and wait to attack again. So that's how it's done. Now, There's Rico, Nomis, and it looks like they got past Joe. There's Ben and Nocleto. This is the fight for fourth. Jiffers is trying to keep up with his teammate. He has Tyre Wear right behind him. Looks like Joe gets it a bit wrong on the exit there. I think I should call that corner the incidents will happen corner. And comes Jiffers for his stop. Sure he looked like that he did that right. And yeah, he does. So Kipser still leads after 26 laps of this race. Trebor moves up into second place. Sulu is now up into fifth and sixth. I think I know what I call the end of the wind farm straight. I think I should call it the red mist corner, because that seems to be the corner where everyone seems to try to just take everyone else out. So it's Ben from Nocleto. This is the fight for third through Church. Now we already know how powerful the BMW powered Super is. I forgot my trail of words there. So through red mist. Still Trebor holds Ben holds on to third through Mozzie and then Rico. Get wide on the exit of Rico. A bit wrong on the exit there. Jiffers and Winky bringing up the rear. Seen Winky for a while, so there he is. We'll call it the cut pit lane entry. Ben and Trebor again having a little bit of a boxing match with each other as Ben pushes Nocleto back and Nocleto pushes Ben back, and they again try to. I mean, they're lucky this game doesn't actually follow actual real world physics, because that would cause a spin off. So Ben fends off the Swedish kangaroo. Rico has Nomis right behind him. That's the one for 7th as they've dropped Joe like last week's dirty laundry. Hipster still leads the race on lap 27. Looks like everyone's going to be down in the pits again. Carry on, so Trebor carries on. Then being dropped by Sulu. As oh yes, this is my incident where someone had a conversation with me and I got it completely wrong, and as is tradition. I think Winky managed to not catch this. Right, this is yeah, someone distracting you while you're driving 155 miles an hour down a straight, and you then try to recover it and you get it completely wrong. So, as is tradition, because I already have that completely ballsed up the first corner, it is now the Big B corner. So there you are, turn 1 at Sardegna is now the Big B corner. Yes, I buggered it up and went wide on the exit. Previously, if you bugger it up more than once, it gets named after you. And there you are, now I have a corner named after me. And yeah, that was fun. Always good to laugh at one's expense. So yeah, I was distracted by someone giving me a cup of tea. Crashing for cups of tea, the very British way to do it. So, Kimpster still leads. He's been tracked by Trebor, but I don't think Trebor is going to go after him. Into pit lane comes Trebor for his second stop. Ben in, Nocleto in, and Sulu in. Person everyone knows coming in with tail between the legs is me, and into the pits I come as Joe carries on. So Kimpster is in firm control of this race. There's a good gap back to Rico. Haven't checked the fastest lap yet. Don't need to, because there it is. It's Thomas with a 142.228. He continues to hunt down Rico right in front of him. Through Church, up the Wind Farm Straight. This is where the when that supercharged Ford engine's going to start clawing into the. Catching up to the BMW in front through red mist. I haven't got a name for this quick sentence in the message, so through Morsey. Now comes Rico. Quite spooky, and we're corner named after you. You go through still. Through the final junction. Just gets closer and closer down the main straight. Go down the main straight. Right. Jack's thundering through into the now newly christened Big B corner as Joe stops. His entry, and that's okay for the white lines, which is acceptable. Pretty good for government work. So Hans now moves into fourth. He has Charles right behind him into the Big B corner. Jiffers, of course, on more fresher tyres on that Peugeot. To try to take fourth. The back is Trebor after his stop. There's Ben, and he's clear of Nocleto. There's Winky right behind him. There's Sulu, and there's me tracking in the wind in 11th. That keeps around the final junction. lap 30, 24 laps remaining of the race. We've had a lot of incidences, a lot of stupidity, and a corner christening. It's been a pretty good race so far. So, with Kipsters now stopping, and Rico and Nomis already stopped, down the main straight comes Rico and Nomis, so they will now effectively be first and second, so this is now the fight for first. Out the slipstream comes Nomis, down towards the Big B corner. Nomis gets it done, takes the lead of the race through the wind S's. This is the fight for first of the race. Kipster has exited after his stop in third place. It's a good stop from him. We're back to the battle for first. Through Church, Nomis still leads the race up through the wind farm straight up towards Red Mist. Okay, going to do his traditional inside manoeuvre. Quite narrow here at this track, so it's probably not recommended you try that, and like a few people already have, and it hasn't pulled off. So through the Morsey Rico exchange, as Rico gets it wrong on his christened corner into the final junction. He's still going to have the slipstream now. That BMW's going to be right behind that Jag. That Jag's got a very powerful V8. It looks as though Nomis is pulling away into the slip. The speed starts clocking up. I don't think he's going to have the room into the Big B. And he's not. Through wind. Still not close enough. Oh, you're right, guys. You can actually smell the ethanol off the Jag. Through 4 and 5 up towards Church. There's a falling battle that seems to be developing here through Church. Still Nomis leads. Now this is where the BMW again get the slipstream up through the wind farm straight. An uphill, and reverse is downhill. Will be more beneficial for the BMW to be going down, not up. For a Red Mist, Nomis still holds on to the lead. Further back, it looks as though Kipster has got Trebor right behind him. Trebor is closing. Jiffers through Red Mist. We have Ben right behind him. This is the fight for fifth. The Swedish Kangaroo has line up his next victim, or was it one? Is the Viking going to get one back? Well, we never know. This is the fight for fifth. Kipster is being stalked by Trebor into the Big B corner. I really hate having a corner named after me. Matt, you know, kind of deserved it. He brought it up twice anyway. So Nomis still leads. Rue Church. That's the fastest lap of the race. Hands from Jiffers. sight, you'll see a Peugeot actually with into red mist where Jiffers on the inside. Close enough this time. Ben also there looking to pick up pieces of any accidents. I'm back at the front. This one's coming in, I think it is. He is, so this will give Rico the lead of the race. So Rico now leads with 20 laps remaining into the big corner. Through the wind S's, which is pretty quick left right, and hands are stopped well. It's already yeah, that's the third time he's done that, so adding to the other incidences, it looks like the stewards are definitely going to be very, very busy. This will give me 9th place. As Jiffers now has Ben behind him now that Hans has gone into the pits. So this is Toyota versus Peugeot. Made up car versus made up car. Incidentally, talking about the Supra, it has actually been officially is a back as a GT500 car, the Supra. That's good. Maybe we'll see that in future updates of GT7. And I do think they are trying to harmonise it for GT3 racing. So potentially you could be seeing a Supra GT3. As meanwhile, while I was going on about that, Ben has moved up into 4th. There is MrSulu and Nocleto further back, Nomis after his stop in 9th. As I come through the final junction. 9th place, Joe, Hans and Winky. Winky, who's been the punching bag on the track, as well as extending the limits of pit entries with his maybe everyone took offence to his French livery. Right, back up at the front, Rico still leads the race on 35, but he, I don't know if he is pitting. He might be, he might have turned the engine down, so I won't be able to guess. Kimster is definitely being caught by Trebor. Trebor knows a win will give him the championship. The potential points left, and then the amount of wins that he has. So Rico is stopping. They called my bluff. Into the pits on lap 35 from the lead of the race comes Rico. This will give Kimster back the lead. Kimster takes the lead of the race on lap 36. Unusually poor lap for her, for his standards. Into Group B corner goes Ben and Jiffers. Doesn't really sound the same when it's Ben and Jiffers, that definitely sounds much more better than that sounds like Ben and Jerry's, doesn't it? So Ben up into a podium spot. There's me and Rico. So he's stopped, so he's managed to come out behind a back marker. It was going well for me until well, you should pause the game and let people talking to you. So Rico moves back into 8th. So we go up into 8th place. Easily done. 3 red mist, and he's okay. So as the race is starting to, everyone's anger issues seem to have been taken out on each other on the early stages of the race. Instead, everyone's now started to calm down, which is good news. Bad news for me because I'm not commentating. But so next week we'll be coming from Singapore. That will be an interesting race. It has lots of long straights. I think it has the longest straight on GT Sport, actually. I think of the fictional tracks, I think it does. I don't think it has anywhere near the length of the Nürburgring Nordschleife straight. I don't think it's long. I think on an active racing circuit, I think it's the longest straight, followed by the Mulsanne straight. The Mulsanne straight is technically broken up into 2 with the chicanes, but it was the FIA official sanctioned races. It was the longest straight because the FIA consider the 24 hours of Nürburgring to be an official 24-hour race. Yeah. Who cares what the FIA say? Anyway, the lead of the race is still being held by Kipster as we reach nearing the end of this race. I'll have to check that stuff out. So this is Jiffers stopping. Nothing wrong with that stop, other than disrupted the slipstream of Nocleto. No issue there. So that will move Nocleto up into 4th. So to 5th, Noms up to 6th. Rico and me as well. Where will just come out? That's the question. I think he's got a bit of a gap back to the joining Hans and Joe. Still not in the pit lane yet. So here he comes. Into the big corner and then into the Windusses comes Hans and Joe. Hans moves up into 9th. Winky unable to capitalise there and catch up with Jiffers. Probably ruined the chance that he had. Of course, he's but he also seems to have the knack of picking probably the worst selection of cars you could probably think of. The only other car worse than the one he's chosen there could have been the Renault RS01. Yeah, the Renault RS01 is probably worse than the thing he's picked there. Might come good at St. Croix and Le Mans because of its high speed, but here it's well, pants. Alright, up. So everyone's starting to cluster together again as Trebor continues to activate stalk mode on the Peugeot in front. There's Ben's there as well. Further back is the developing fight for fourth between Nocleto, Nomis and Sulu. Which can't count out Rico here. Really went wrong there. Just fighting for pride. It's as though Hans has managed to get clear of Joe. Winky has moved ahead of JIFFERS, so what happened to JIFFERS? Now JIFFERS breaks onto the... oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. He was, I think he attempted to use the runoff area for breaking into the big B corner, and that is the result. That gives Winky 12th place, 11th, sorry, and JIFFERS, well, there. Well, we had to find something, and we found something. Yeah, so that's how Winky moved into 11th. Let's go back and see if we can see what's happening for the fight for 4th. Nomis is now on the back of Nocleto down the main straight. As fast as the Nissan is, once that Jag gets into the slip, it's pretty much game over. Into the big B corner, Loris breaks in and he will take 4th place through the wind S's. Feto's not going to surrender that place. Try to fight for it back. Rico has got well clear of me in the background there. On 14 laps to go. So back at the so the fight's going on now. So we have Nomis now in 4th. So been dropped off by Ben's in 3rd. Trebor 2nd. Keeps that lead. Coming in from the lead of the race, 13 laps now remaining. Yep, 13 laps now remaining of the race, so Trebor now leads the race. Benny 2nd. So Nomis now in 3rd, Nocleto 4th, Sulu 5th. Rico will now move up into 6th, depending on where Kingston comes out. Kipster now onto super softs for the remaining 13 laps of this race. As Joe has had an incident. There's Joe. He has lost it on the like braked. Got it wrong. Put the power down too early on the final junction, and well, it takes 2 incidences in one corner to get it named after you. So it's still the final junction until further notice. But he does that again, it'll be the Joetopps corner. Winky unable to benefit from the mistake by Joe on the exit of final junction. That is starting to get interesting now, as everyone's going to start doing their last stops. 13 laps remaining of this race. Trebor is now leading it. Of course, he needs this win to secure the championship. And it will just be... he really gets it wrong on the exit of the final junction. To the pits comes the race leader. Ben stopping. Nomis will be stopping, so Nomis will be carrying on. Nocleto and Sulu. Next one down the line will be me. Anyone sees the pit stop strategy that happened here. It would have worked if it wasn't for my stupidity. I'm carrying on. Well, could be interesting. So, what could have been, eh? So, Trebor exits. Trebor exits on super softs in 3rd place as yellow flags are waving as we see a ghosted Rico. Through 4 and to 5, gets it onto the grass, and he's facing the wrong way. And that will give Trebor 2nd, Gute is up into 3rd, and me pulling past. Damage as well to Church. Ben his teammate, Nocleto has also stopped, so that's... he's still in striking distance of 2nd and 3rd there. Just needs the back marker to get out of the way. There's red mist. Damage is not permanent on this game. We don't run permanent damage because the damage model is a bit cack. As Nomis stops from the lead of the race. This is Nomis' final stop. And he goes in perfectly fine. He should be switching on to super softs. This will give Trebor the lead of the race. He has Kipster right behind him. Trebor inherits the lead now on lap with 11 laps now to go. Kipster attacking. I'm stopping. Go back to my stop. I'll get out of the way of the definitely of what could have been. To the lane. Go back up the front. Into the big B corner. Trebor tries to fight off. little bit of racing etiquette needs to go. Some people need to go back to racing etiquette school, I think. Through 4-5. Trebor holds off Kempster there and holds on to the lead of the race. Rico, after he spins, still holds on to third. He has Ben, who has stopped on Super Softs right behind him, and Nomis on Super Softs, Nocleto on Super Softs. MrSulu is on Super Softs. Joe is yet to stop. Winky has already used Super Softs. JIFFERS has not stopped, and he does need to take on Super Softs. He hasn't used them yet. And I am on Super Softs, dead last. Winky has, of course, he started on them. So back at the front. This is the battle for the lead. Kempster and Trebor both now have on their final option tyres. There's Ben behind him, he's chasing podium 101. Also there as well. Sulu in 8th. Joe comes in for his stop. Into the pits comes Joel. Well, unique, but he still followed the line. Winky stopping for his final stop. Well, I think we don't need to check what he did. Yeah. Winky in for his final stop. This will give me 2 places. We'll be up into 10th. So Winky and Joe stopping for their final stops. See, they should both be. Well, Winky can't go on to Super Softs, so Joe will move on to Super Softs and Winky will finish the race on Softs. Alright, back up at the head of the field is the fight for the lead of the race. This is Trebor and Kempster. So that as the fight for the final places is underway here. It's got Ben now still trying to fend off Rico. Nomis Hands, who's yet to stop, and Nocleto. This is the fight for 5th. So we should dive into the pits here and get out of the way of this fight. Sulu's in. He's still lingering there from the background. Rico stops for his final stop. It'll be him onto his option tyre. Pretty sure it won't be mediums. With 11 laps to go, 10 laps to go. So pit lane he goes. Hands again, completely ignoring the pit lane. He's seen his name a lot. JIFFERS, he has to stop again. I think he miscalculated his pit stop, his pit strategy. Out comes Rico into the big corner. The wind disses, so JIFFERS takes 7th after Rico's stop, but JIFFERS does have to stop again. He must use 2 sets of tyres. I think he's miscalculated. It looks like Trebor has started to edge away from Kempster. the remaining of this race. Ben, that Super are now unleashed. Novices are starting to also get away from Nocleto. I think this is where Jiffers and Rico have an exchange using red mist. Rico has to slam on the brakes there. Don't think there was any contact. Actually, there was contact. So there was contact and Jiffers surrenders to position. Great thing to do there, but he was on, they had contact in the end there on red mist, but Rico didn't take the position, and then Jiffers just surrendered it in the end. That moves Rico up into 7th place. Post the fastest lap of the race. He won 39.873, back on lap 39. 8 laps remaining of this race. So we've had its incidences, that's for sure. I am in 9th place with hands lurking in the background there. Mistake away from being caught. Winky lingering in 9th, in 12th, sorry. Been an interesting race for him. Jiffers has to figure out if he has enough of a gap. I don't think he does to bring me off. So if he does go into the pits, which he has to, I mean if he doesn't, he'll get penalised. But will lose track position to both me and Hand. Don't know if Joe will be able to catch him. Well, I'm working out the conundrum of the rear of the field and the front of the field. Looks like Trebor has managed to get that gap up now, but Ben is lapping over a second lap faster than Kimster, and he's closing him down. Going to be enough to close him down to take 2nd place? That will be the question. And there's Nomis, fellow RMB Racing teammate of Kimster, who's in 2nd place. MrSulu of Arbeit Racing, as we then effectively taking the team championship. Things stand as it is. Go to 7th, Jiffers in 8th, of course, we know has to stop. And finally posting a 140. They're taking 47 laps. And it's there in 10th. And Winky in 12th and Joe in 11th. The conundrums are still, the clocks are still ticking around in the thing still to. I think the race lead is right, the waste, the hell, and that's ours all of a sudden. The race win might be out of the chances for Kimster, but I don't think he's going to surrender that. He's not going to give that up with 6 laps left, but he might have to go into defensive mode with Ben closing in. And also there's also Nomis is closing in and lapping just as quick as Ben. So the front of this, the podium places are still up for second, third are still up for grabs here. Can't count out Nocleto. He's also there in 5th. just a mistake away, and it could be snapped away from you. Not sure what time. Pressed such a pull on that time there. As I'm closing in on Jiffers. Don't think it's enough for me to catch up with Rico though for 7th. So Jiffers does have to stop again. He might. It all depends on when he stops and how close everyone is to him. So back up the front. People closing in on the race win. On a race win, again, another race win, and the championship. Looks like Ben's had a poor lap there. Well, looks like he had a poor lap, but he didn't. So Ben's closing in on Kipster, and Kipster's being chased, and Ben is being chased by Nomis, who himself is being chased by Nocleto. And all the while, everyone else, oh yeah, well, here comes Jiffers for his final stop. So this is Jiffers coming in from 8th, so he will lose 2 positions at least to me and Hans. So me and Hans will get past him as he stops. So where is Joe? Here's Joe. So will Joe mug in for 10th? Just over he will. Have I got it wrong again? Yep. And that's why it's the Big B corner. Third time's the charm. Third time's the charm. Bloody hell. Anyway. So Joe takes 10th and gets smacked by Jiffers in the Big B corner. And then Jiffers then takes the position that... I don't think that's right. He smacked Joe and it took the place. So Jiffers should actually give the place back there. I mean, that was unfairly taken there from Joe, so that's not right. So stewards again will investigate that in the later stages of this race. 4 laps remaining. Incidences are still going on all over the place. So what we got now is the fight for 2nd. Ben is closing. 4 laps remaining on that one. Of course, Ben. Of course, is so again. So Ben's got. While he's closing down on Kipster, he is being chased by Nomis. There's Nomis in the orange Jaguar in the background there, into church. And if the camera pans up the hill, we're back downhill. There's Nomis, and there's Kipster just ahead, and there's the Nocleto. So and this is the fight for 8th between me and Hans after I ballsed it up into the. Messed it up, so ballsed it up. I should be using proper English. So I messed it up into the Big Beef corner. That's why stayed after me. And that's put Hans right on my case. Joe has managed to get past Jiffers. So what happened to Jiffers? Oh. I think Jiffers forgot to fuel up. So Jiffers evidently did get the position back, but I don't think he actually intended to, but that drops him down to the last after he forgot to fuel up. So Winky goes into 11th, Jiffers goes last. Well, the only thing that is a foregone conclusion in this at the moment, with three now going into 3 laps remaining, is that Trebor will get the race win. Don't think he's going to be caught. Kipster is going to have to go defensive as he's been closed in by Ben. And Ben might have to start thinking about going defensive because he's been chased by Nomis. And Nomis is being chased by Nocleto. All the meanwhile, the stewards are going absolutely mad because they don't know what the hell they're going to be looking at, because there's got so much has gone on in this race as everyone's racing etiquette has just gone out the window. For me, there's plenty of good stuff to commentate on. So, in the other side we have the battle for 8th. It's the best of the rest, effectively. I'm definitely going to catch Rico. So, let's go back up to the front. So, here's Kipster. Now, has now been caught by Ben in the Supra. He has now into the final junction. This is where the Supra is now going to spill up its turbo, its BMW engine is going to start going into full effect. It's the Peugeot is going to go defensive here down the main straight. So the Peugeot is going to be a city duck now for that Supra. Out of the slipstream comes Ben, coming down into the braking point for the big B corner, and he will get it done and moves into 2nd place through the Windettes. Kipster's not the person who's going to surrender that position. Here it comes through 4-5. But I just think the tyres on that Peugeot might have given up. So that might put him into the gun sights of his teammate Nomis. Nomis, who's started donning a recovery livery for all the races that he had to go to recovery mode. He has, well, not really needed to go recovery. And he might mug his own teammate for 3rd place here. Further back, the fight for 8th might go down to the last lap. We'll see how this one pans out. It's just the Nissan just has the edge over the course of a lap over the BMW here. Doesn't seem to be able to fend off hands, but Hans of course is going to be in trouble through his pit entry, and also the red mist laps of the early portion of this race where him and Nocleto and Chips all took chunks out of each other. Ben has managed to, looks as though he's managed to get away here, but there is Nomis in the background. Is Nomis going to spoil the party for Kipster? He's going to take a podium away from him. I think now, and Nocleto's tyres have fallen off, or he's just gone into safe mode and he's not going to start attacking now. It's going to be the fight for podium now. Who's going to take the last one? Is Nomis going to get past his teammate to take 3rd? Meanwhile, up ahead, looks like Trebor is going to start us on the final lap of this race. A final lap on this track on GT Sport. It will be returning at some point on GT7, no doubt. And this, of course, as will be Trebor, the final champion of GT Sport, as well. Starts the final lap of the race. It all came good for him in the end. Vincent is in front. Good pit strategy as well, and probably very proud of that Merc. Yeah. I think calling like Merc's of that McLaren. So still now the fight for third. This is teammates RMB Racing. It's the team leader there, Nomis, with Kipster. So is he going to mug his own teammate to take that third place? Kipster has done so well to deserve it, although he might have some questions to answer for the stewards. Is Nomis going to mug him, let's say, into red mist, where the incidents have all started? Into red mist. Is Nomis going to go and take this? No, he's not. So Kipster fends him off. This is where the beast really close. Meanwhile, up ahead, coming around the final junction, the final corner of the penultimate corner, but the final junction is Trebor. He will take the race win. He's 11th, I think, 11th of the championship and the overall championship as well. So there is the final GT Sport champion. Ben will take podium 101, and Kipster will hold off Nomis to take third. Coming home in 5th is Nocleto. 6th will be Sulu. Rounding out a very good race for Gute Arbeit Racing. Rico, who had his spin, comes home in 7th, and I will fend off the final lap attack from Hattons to take 8th place, and Hans will come home in 9th. A good race for Joe. And he spin at the final junction. Come home in 10th for Team Pink. So we take the wooden spoon. Winky, who had a up and down race, it's also a punching bag. He comes home in 11th, and Jiffers, who made a mistake in pit stops, comes home in 12th. So thank you very much for watching. We will be coming from round 18, which will be at Circuit de Saint-Croix A. No, C. The full version of that. C. And I look forward to commentating on that one, and we'll see if we have any more incidences. Any penalties or whatever will be issued will of course be shown in the description of round 18. That will tell you what happened. But I think the red mist descended on a lot of people in that last section. Particular red mist corner, which is why it got called that, which involved about 4 different people. A lot of people got shoved off. A lot of people didn't give positions back. Winky didn't give a position back. I also cut the pit lane entry. So yeah, it was pretty much of a hell show, but yeah, so a lot of things. So positions weren't given back, people were shoved off, people were barging their way through. I can tell you there's going to be a lot of pinging going on in the management chat about this race, and I definitely think a lot of penalties are going to have to be issued, because we can't have that. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you at round 18. Until then, ciao for now.